What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's been a week, a long week, I'm sure, for everybody out there who's waiting. I know all the thousands of people waiting for this, and a very short week for me because I was on vacation. Um, Vacation was good. I will go over stuff that happened vacation a little later. I don't think anything super crazy happened. Maybe as I'm talking about it, more things will come to my mind. But overall, it was pretty much a normal vacation. Actually, there's a Nubby. Never mind. I was gonna say there's a Nubby update, but it was like 2 MB. So that wasn't that bad. But we're gonna be playing some more Nubby. You know, back into the swing of things. It's good to be back. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the challenges. I don't forget which challenge we were on. We were on the was it the single item challenge? If you start around with more than one item in your inventory, all items will be disabled. So we got to make sure we have a good single item run. This might be a little difficult until we get to like maybe a black market. But even then, I can't think of any black markets that would really save us on a run like that. So I have to think about what I need to do here. We'll start off first day before vacation. So it was like, I was on vacation for 7 days. Well, I was off for 7 days or whatever. The first day before all of that, I was also off from work. Let me look at this. None of these are really good. I need something special. I need something special. I might go poop, but I think I'll freeze the cactus because that might be more useful later on. But it was a pretty normal, you know, terrible day. Not terrible, but it was spring cleaning, basically. I don't know what the obsession is with some people who they love to, before you go on, like right before you go on vacation, when you're not going to be at your house for a week, have to make sure it's perfectly clean and awesome before you leave, which we have cats. It's not going to stay that way. We have somebody who comes and looks at the cats, but they're not going to clean stuff for us. Like, we don't have like maids or housekeepers or anything like that. We just have the cats. How's working? We could get the perk that gives us a random item. I think that would work with the Phoebe mode. Is it better to keep him for now, or do I need to switch to something that's gonna give me more? Let's reroll. Ooh, the laser pointer. I can't use it though because I need a secondary item that has the halving trigger. Oh my goodness, I'm brain dead. See, I could do the happy seal plus that, and that'd be awesome, but I can't have more than one item. This is most terrible. I guess we'll just keep it the way it is and just with the poop butt. Or maybe I do the disguise glass. Ooh, I think disguise glasses could be a good solo item. It's not like perfect, but it gives popping power. That's all I can really ask for. I just need good perks, really. We just need good perks and we're good. But you know, like what I was saying, spring cleaning time. Everyone's favorite season. Even though it's summer, you know, I don't really understand the wording there, but it's just lots of cleaning, lots of chemicals and stuff getting in my nose the entire time. So I wake up, we go to sleep. We're supposed to go to sleep at like 4 p.m. so we can wake up at like midnight to leave, because we like to leave a little early. You know, it's just leave a little bit early so we get down there, have some time to do stuff on the first day as well, not just like trying to rush down there to make sure that we can check in and everything. Whatever. Don't go to sleep until 7 p.m. so 3 hours late. Wake up at 10, so 3 hours of sleep total. Not a great start to begin with. Really not what you're looking for to start off a vacation, but you know what, it's fine. I've driven further distances on less sleep, so I was like, whatever, I can deal with that. This isn't that big of a deal. Then after I wake up like 15 minutes, I was fine. my nose starts to run, you know, I start to get like the classic allergy symptoms. I'm like, oh, here it comes. We're gonna. But I was like, this isn't good for. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. I gotta think about this. None of these. I mean, Jake. I mean, I don't even know why I came to the black market. Now that I think about it, that was kind of stupid of me. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I was like, I had the allergies. It was like, it's fine. I can just take some non-drowsy allergy medication. That medicine was not non-drowsy. I was driving on the interstate about 30 minutes from our first stop. My wife was asleep next to me. I could barely keep my eyes open for like half that 30 minutes, which is not very safe if you know anything about driving. You know, having little micro sleeps every 30 seconds, not the best bet for you're surviving a drive. But okay, well that didn't go well. But I had to go through with it because I couldn't just pull over to the side of the road. What am I gonna do? Just pull over to the side of the road, tell her get in the front, get in the driver's seat. I gotta go. So I had to just push through, make it fully drive. Oh my goodness, what was that bounce? Just fully push through. Just keep driving until we got to at least the first rest stop or gas station. And at that point, we went inside the gas station. We got there. I was so tired. I could like barely keep my eyes open while I was walking and moving around. That's how you really know it's bad. So I usually don't like to have her drive because it just scares me a little bit when she drives. But you know, women, am I right? But I don't know why I did that. I don't know if that's not even that good. But I had to because I literally could not drive. So I slept for like 3 hours on the way down there, which is nice. It is nice to be the one who gets to sleep on the drive down for once. Every once in a while. It does help. And then I got to drive the rest of the way, and for whatever reason, we'd already left like earlier since we woke up at like 10. We were like, why not? We'll just leave a little early. It's fine. We'll stop. We did not stop anywhere, and she thought it was a great idea to speed as fast as possible. So she cut like 20 minutes off of the time that it was going to take us, and nothing was open down there until like 8, 9, 10 maybe. So we were getting down to Florida at like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Like, how is this? What are we going to do here? So we just, once we got down there, we pulled into a Walmart parking lot. I know. Because we had to just waste time before everything opened. Because she wanted to go to a diner down there that was like didn't open up until 8. Or, yeah, 8. So we were just stuck sitting there waiting for this thing to open until 8. It was like 7:15 when we got down there. So we're just waiting like an hour. She took a nap. I was awake. I couldn't go to sleep anymore. I had already slept my fill, so I was just kind of just stuck there. So not a great start. We get down there. We want to we're down in Orlando. We like to go. We're not staying at Disney this time. We went to Universal Studios. We're not staying at Disney or anything. But sometimes we like to just go see some of the hotels and stuff, just see what's going on. Like the Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's nice to just walk around and look at the animals and stuff if they're out there. So we drive an extra 30 minutes in the opposite direction from our hotel and another store that she wants to go to, just to go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge to see if like we can like see some animals or something. Maybe do something like that. And we get down there, 30 minutes driven, just making sure you know that 30-minute drive in the opposite direction, and they are completely closed to all visitors that aren't trying to check in. So that's fun. So then we're like, you know what, we'll just go to a different one. Why not? Let's go to like Art of Animation or something. We'll explore some other ones that we've never been to before. Go there, literally the exact same thing. Turns out every single Disney hotel for that the entire week we were down there, it was closed off to the outside public, which was fun. So we drove 30 minutes in the opposite direction to do absolutely nothing. So then we're like, oh, okay, we cut our losses, and we drive back to the place she wanted to go to, the store. Didn't know what time it opened. It's like 9:45, 10 o'clock when we get back there. Closed. Doesn't open until 11. Okay, whatever. That's fine. It's 10. We'll just go do something around here. We're looking. Oh, look, there's an outlet mall. Okay, we'll go to the outlet mall. 20 minutes in the opposite direction again. So we drive 20 minutes, get there like right as it opens, walk around. You know, there's some cool stuff here and there. It's like 95 degrees outside. We're just walking in a strip mall thing. Not strip mall, but like an outlet mall. No ceilings anywhere, no air conditioning, no fans. It's a little hot out there. I'm not burning up. I'm burning up a little bit. What's up, Peroxio? How you doing, man?
Challenges.
Just burning up, wasting time.
Go.
Literally find nothing good. There's things here and there, but nothing I'm willing to spend my money on, especially on the first day of vacation. It hits 11. We drive 20 minutes back to go to that store she wanted to go to. We spend 30 minutes there. I end up having to spend $115. You know, classic stuff. Then after that, we're like, okay, well, let's just go to like Disney Springs or something. That shouldn't be too far. No, that's another 30 minutes in the opposite direction again. So we have driven across Orlando probably 4 times within the first 3 hours of being in Florida. It wasted about like 100 miles in gas just of dealing with the traffic and driving the distances. And then we get to Disney Springs, and we're down there with my parents, my brother, and his girlfriend. We get there, we're just looking around for like an hour, and then my parents leave. They get down there, they go to the hotel to see if they can check in, and then I get a phone call when we're just like in the middle, just like still in the middle of walking around looking for something to do. That's like, we need you at the hotel right now. They need your ID to be able to check you into the room. If you don't get here soon, you're not going to be able to check in. So then we have to drive 15 minutes back to the hotel. And at that point, we just cut our losses. We were not doing anything else that day. We'd driven back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, over and over and over and over again. So I gave up at that point. I was like, whatever, you know what, it's fine. I don't care anymore. We're good. We did enough stuff today. So we just went to the hotel, got checked in, and had some trouble. We didn't personally, but people in our party did, with the room keys not working and not unlocking doors. It was funny. Ours worked perfectly. As soon as we got there, our room was ready. It was perfect. My parents, they got there, their room was not ready until about 4 o'clock that day, even though they checked in around 2, so they were just stuck waiting in my brother's room. My brother and his girlfriend, their key card didn't work, so they had to go down to the front lobby, get a second key card. Second set of key cards did not work. Had to go back down to the front lobby, be like, hey, key cards didn't work again. Is there anything you can do? Gave them a third set of key cards. Once again, did not work. So they did that. I think by the end they had 6 sets of key cards and none of them worked. They had to call one of the engineers at the hotel to come and fix the fancy door mechanism stuff. Just like, and it wasn't even like they said they called it and they never actually did. They had to flag down a random engineer and that happened to be in the hallway, and he was like, oh yeah, I never got a call, but I can fix it real quick. And then they finally fixed it. And so it took them probably 4 hours to get everything settled in, but we were good besides that first bit. I guess it was just the universe saving me by not having to deal with all the I already had to deal with enough that day, so I didn't have to do that. But then we went to the parks, Universal, for, you know, like, when did we check in? So probably like from like 4 to like 9. I was already tired getting to the hotel. I wanted to relax, but I was vetoed on that one. You know how it goes. I was vetoed on the relaxing, so we got to go to the parks and spend 5 hours there. It was fun. it was a good first day, besides all the driving back and forth and stuff being closed and not being able to do anything I wanted to do. But, you know, besides that obvious stuff, it was good. The rest of the vacation was nice, though. I don't think there was too many other major problems. Any other problems I had were 100% because of other drivers on the road when we had to go off site, because the Universal hotels, they have like their own bus system and everything, which is nice. But anytime we had to go anywhere else because we wanted to go to like Magic Kingdom one day, we wanted to go eat, which that reminds me of something that I will talk about in a minute. So anytime we left, it was just, it's Florida. The traffic there is unbearable at the best of times and literally undrivable at the worst. So I knew what to expect going in, so I wasn't too surprised on that front, but still not a lot of fun. Try to go in chronological order here. Let me think. Second day, after spending all day in the parks, in the Universal Park, and driving around and being tired, we went back to the park at early entry, which was 8 a.m. So we had to be up by like 7 a.m. to take the bus to the parks to get there before it opened. And we spent most of the day there, probably like from like 8 a.m. until like, oh, board clear. I'd say it was probably like 7. So once again, pretty tired that day. The third day, which would have been Monday, we did like a little relaxing day, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were our go days mostly. Like, we had a lot of stuff planned those days. So we wanted to have at least one day where we could just kind of relax and not worry about anything. So that day was pretty chill. I don't remember which day it was, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it now. It may have been this day. We said we wanted to go eat Taco Bell. Which, I don't know, why you're on vacation, why are you eating Taco Bell? I don't know. It wasn't my idea, I'll say that. It was not my idea to go to Taco Bell. But it was like, okay, there's a Taco Bell nearby, whatever, it's fine. Weirdest setup for a Taco Bell. It looked nice on the outside. Like, it was really nice looking. It's really nice looking from the outside. What does it say in slot 5? Okay. Wow, this is really good, but it was kind of late at night, so I was like, okay, I know how Taco Bells can be late at night sometimes. I know how fast food in general can be late at night sometimes. I'm not too... I know it's probably going to end up being terrible, but whatever. What happened, I could not have possibly expected. I may be overreacting a little bit. I may be hyping it up a little bit too much, but... we got there. I did the order online, whatever. Nobody in the drive-thru, like 3 people inside. I'm like, that's a little weird for like 10 p.m. at a Taco Bell. There's usually like a pretty good amount of people. We pull up, say the thing. They're like, yeah, come around, you're good. We pull up to the window to get the drinks and stuff, the food, and the guy just goes, back up for me. And I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. I'm sure it's something to do with the numbers on the on their little tracker thing. Challenges. So we back up. We're like sitting back from the window for like 15 minutes. We're just sitting there, and then he eventually comes back out through the window and says, yeah, you can come up for me, thank you. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, sure, fine, whatever. Another 10 minutes go by after he pulls us back up, and he hands us the bag of food, and it was supposed to have, what did we get? There was, I think, 2 things of the Taco Bell chicken nuggets, which are really good, to be honest. A soft taco and like a grilled cheese burrito. We had 1 thing of nuggets, or 2 things of nuggets, one fry. Both of them were supposed to come with fries. A soft taco and a burrito, and no drinks. And I was like, that's fine. He was probably just like waiting. He's gonna bring him out in a second. So I just sat there at the window with my window rolled down, just watching them inside, like waiting for him to come back. Not once did he never came back. I don't know what I was expecting. The guy, he saw me there like multiple times. He looked over at me, stared me in the eyes, and then just looked away. So I know he saw me, and I know that he knew that he needed to do something, and I was like, I just sat there for 10 minutes because there's nowhere else to go. Because what I learned after the fact when I was angry and I was about to go inside is that this Taco Bell is designed around the idea where you can't get back into the parking lot after you leave the drive-thru. The drive-thru exit dumps you right out onto a busy street where there is no spot to U-turn for like 2 miles. So I sit there for 15 minutes waiting because I'm like, I don't know if I can get back in, because I looked weird. Like, I don't know if I can get back in if I leave. So I sat there, waited. He walked by the window, stared at me, walked away. I sat there. He walked by the window again, looked at me, walked away. I sat there. Every time he looked, I got like 10 times angrier. So eventually, it's just, I was like, whatever, you know what? I don't even care. So I pulled up, I left. It just appalled me, which I know I shouldn't be expecting much from a Taco Bell, especially not one on I Drive in Orlando, but still, it was just, I've never felt so disrespected in my life. And the food wasn't even good. It was like cold and lukewarm, and the nuggets they gave me were like the size of my pinky. They were like literally the smallest things I've ever seen in my life. They barely even could be registered as food. I don't even know. There might be a law against that, like counting them as actual food items. Oh, neither of these are very good. So I can't use either. I can't use both of these together. Let's get a first peg pop, I guess. So yeah, that was my awful Taco Bell experience. Would not recommend the Taco Bell on iDrive in Orlando to anybody who's visiting. So from that point on, I chose the restaurants because I was not having a repeat of that. So then there's Tuesday, met up with some friends. They were also down there for something else that got canceled, so they just went to Universal instead, which was cool. It was nice to see them hang out for a little bit. Just stayed in the park for from 8 a.m. to 4, I think, was what it ended up being. Not too bad. It's a good time. Wednesday went to the Magic Kingdom. Wow, big stuff going on at Disney. Not really. There was a new ride. I say new, but it was literally just a redo of an already existing ride with a new theme. Oh my goodness, this challenge is gonna make me blow my socks off. That's what I was gonna say.
Go.
It was the new Tiana's ride, which is just a reskin of the previously existing, what was it called before? It was the big water ride. It was good. I liked it before. And I liked the remake of it too. The animatronics were nice. Tiana looked cool. I didn't like it. It had less slavery anecdotes than the previous ride, which is, always a plus. I gotta say, the less we're talking about being escaped slaves and stuff is probably the better, if you ask me personally. The Nubby dies, yeah. like Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear and all that. It's kind of a song. It was based on the Song of the South, I think the original ride was. So I can see why they changed it for sure. I do kind of miss. It's kind of got a charm to it. A little bit. It did have a little bit of a charm to it with the old animatronics and the colors and everything. Oh, that's what I wanted. Now I can get random items. Horse pill. That's not really that good. I think I just stick with what I got and open up the cafe. Let's do that. See if there's anything worthwhile. No. But that was nice. I did enjoy the Tiana stuff. What else was there? There was... Everything else is pretty much the same. We didn't really do anything crazy. Didn't ride Tron this time. I rode Tron last time we were there. It's really not worth waiting the 2.5 hours that the wait time usually is. It's good. It's just really short for no reason. It was very busy, but that's, you know, like I say, to be expected, especially at the Magic Kingdom. It's always going to be busy. There's no time period where you're not going to have thousands of people in Disney World. The most magical place on earth. I mean, why wouldn't you want to spend your time there? That scared me. The snot bubble scared me right there. Rode most of the stuff there. I'm trying to think if there's anything crazy that happened at Disney. Usually you see at least one crazy person when you're at Disney, but I don't think I did. I don't think there was anybody insane this time around. There was a guy who... This one is kind of crazy. I watched him. He had a turkey leg. He fed a piece of the turkey leg to a bird, and then because of that, like hundreds of other birds, not 100 but like 10 birds all came to him and just started crowding around him, and he got angry at them and started like trying to kick them and make them leave. And I was like, bro, you did this to yourself. You brought the birds to yourself. How do you not, like, that's the consequences of your own actions, man. You should have known that if you feed a bird, other birds are gonna come, especially if you're giving them turkey. Which also brings up another question of birds eating other birds. That's kind of weird to me personally. I get that they can do it, like it's not gonna hurt them, because I mean it doesn't hurt humans to eat other humans, just psychologically I guess is the only real problem. But it just seems strange to me. They were so eager to eat the flesh of another one of their own. I don't know. It's just an observation I made. But besides that guy, I'm pretty sure it was a relatively chill Disney experience. Dang, double laser pointer is kind of crazy. Relatively chill Disney day. Ate at Tony's, the Italian restaurant they have at the Magic Kingdom. Good stuff, good food there. Who doesn't like Italian? Who doesn't like a good Italian meal after a long day in the park? Bought a couple things, mostly Pirates of the Caribbean related, because my wife loves Pirates of the Caribbean. Every 1 second, trigger a random item. That might be better, because it's like I only have like 2 items, and they're both gonna be needing to be triggered. Like a liberal, ain't that right? These liberals and getting triggered. I'm gonna eat that instead of the kebab. I would like the kebab, but I need another life just to be safe. Thursday was the big day. Originally, we hadn't planned to do this, but we did go to the new Universal theme park, the Epic Universe. And let me say, it was pretty epic. It was pretty epic. They definitely got the naming convention right on that one. I enjoyed pretty much everything that we did there. There's 5 separate worlds, 7 realms. There's 5 realms they have there. They have many realms you go through. The Harry Potter stuff, you know, it's Harry Potter. Whatever. If you like Harry Potter, you like the Harry Potter world. Oh, this is awesome. I didn't personally. I thought it was okay. But the only ride they have in the Harry Potter world had like a constant 5-hour wait. And we got in and got lucky when it was only an hour and a half wait. But then there was 30 minutes of downtime where the ride was broken. So it ended up waiting like 2 hours. And it was okay for a 2-hour wait and like a maybe an hour and a half wait. But any more than that, I would not recommend it. It was just like a regular dark ride. I know there's some parts of it they had to turn off because it's been breaking too much and people have been complaining a lot. Which is fair. I mean, if you spend all that money to go there and then the stuff's broken down, I would be kind of angry too. But I didn't spend any money on the tickets because I'm a Nepo baby, apparently. I'll go through them in order. So there's the main area, which is just like it's based on like, oh, what just happened? It's based on just like the universe. There's like stars and stuff everywhere. It's kind of cool. There was a carousel, which we got in line for the carousel it was me, my brother, his girlfriend, and my wife. My wife really wanted to ride it for some reason. It's a carousel. They're all the same to me. That's what I said, but whatever. It said it was a 10-minute wait, so I was like, you know what, that's fine. 10 minutes, we'll do this, and then we'll go ride the big, cool, dueling roller coaster they have there. This will be awesome. So this is just like a primer. And I just want to remind you, I know I said it. It said a 10-minute wait. We get in line. It runs through a couple times, you know. It's a little over 10 minutes, but we're getting close. It's fine. They can false advertise to me at least a little bit. It's okay. I know how this business works. You get a little bit of false advertising. You can have a little false advertising with ride wait times. We get up. We're like close to next in line. Although I say that, we said that we are going to be on the next carousel probably 8 times because it was impossible to tell because like they would pull like random amounts of people. It's like they wouldn't even fill all the spots on it. So it was impossible to know if you were actually going to do it. We were getting close. I didn't even know they had it available yet because it's a new park, but they had the Express Pass open for use for people who had been there days before and everything was broken. So they just got to go on the rides whenever they wanted. They just got to jump to the front of the line. And for whatever reason, the person running the ride, just whenever somebody with an Express Pass came up, they just let them go no matter what. It didn't matter if they were like, if there was 1,000 people in the regular line, if there was somebody with an Express Pass, they just got to go. So we got stuck there for 45 minutes to an hour waiting in line because every time we were about to get on the carousel, 30 people would show up with Express Passes and would just jump in front of us and take the next ride. So we just got stuck there for an hour. And we rode it, and it was exactly what you think a carousel is like. Just, you know, going around in a circle. Some music playing. We didn't even get the cool music. There was like 3 songs, and 2 of them were like awesome dubstep songs. We got the lame lullaby song, so even worse. Give me a second. Take a sip of my drink. We got the lame lullaby song. So then we get off. And we're like, wow, good job on that choice. It took an hour to ride a 2-minute carousel. That was really worth our time. We're making jokes, laughing. So then we go to the cool dueling coaster, because this is what I've been waiting for the entire time. This is all I wanted to do was the dueling coaster. I was like, yes, get me on this Stardust Racers, the dueling coaster. It says 50-minute wait. Whatever, that's fine. I'll wait like an hour and a half for this ride, probably more. We get in line.
Go.
We get about halfway through. They hit us with the, we're sorry, this ride is currently experiencing a brief delay in operations. we'll get it back up and running as soon as possible. And we were like, oh, whatever, we can wait a little bit. 5 minutes later, they hit it, they come back on the speaker. The ride is now back open. Thank you for your patience. Awesome, let's go ride. Don't move for 5 minutes. A minute later, they come back on the speaker and they say, we're sorry, the ride is down for maintenance for the foreseeable future. We don't know when we'll be back open. Thank you for your patience. So it broke down or something. They said it was good after 5 minutes, and then another 5 minutes later they said, actually, we lied, sorry. And so we were stuck waiting in that line for probably about 30 minutes until they came back on the speakers and said it was back up and running again. And the crazy thing is, they said it was back up and running, and then within 2 seconds after that, literally the next thing they said was they put like a pre-written speech thing they had about making sure to wear your shoes on the ride. And it's because they had a sign about making sure to wear your shoes like every 20 feet. So that makes me think that somebody got all the way up there onto the ride, saw all those signs. Oh my goodness, what is this luck? Saw all the signs that said, hey, make sure to keep your shoes on. And if you're wearing like loose shoes, put them in a locker before you get on the ride. Didn't listen to any of them. Got on the ride, took their shoes off, and then dropped them, and they had to go find them. Like, there's like a 95% certainty that's what happened, and that's why we got stuck for 30 minutes. That's the only thing that makes sense in my mind, because why else would they play that? They never played it again after that, and they hadn't played it before that. So why else would they do that unless that was the reason? That's my thought process, at least. So that was great. And that's all there is for Celestial Park, the main area, besides like restaurants, obviously. There are some good restaurants there. There's a good pizza place in the Celestial Park, and a good like Asian fusion restaurant. That was pretty good. What else? And so the next area, just going clockwise here, would be Mario Land. This is what we did towards the end of our day. I'm not going in chronological order for this. I only got to ride one ride there, and it was the Mario Kart ride, which was it was okay. It was what you'd expect from a Mario Kart ride. You're in like a little Mario Kart vehicle, and you have AR glasses on, and you're just aiming and throwing shells and stuff at people, and like trying to beat Bowser in the race and stuff like that. Like, it was fun. It'd be good for like little kids. That's all Mario Land is, really. Is like, this is the land for little babies. But I enjoyed it enough. It wasn't the greatest ride of all time, but it was fun. I really wanted to ride the Donkey Kong ride, but we got in line for it, and as soon as we like got like halfway through the line, a storm came through and it closed down the ride for the rest of the day. So we didn't get our chance to ride that one, which sucked. Or the Yoshi one, but I heard the Yoshi one was kind of lame, so I'm not really too mad about missing that one. The theming in the land was awesome. It was very overstimulating though. There's like constant noises and really loud Mario music everywhere, and then there's like little kids hitting power blocks going bing 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 everywhere. If you spent more than an hour in that land, like just standing in the land, you'd probably get a headache. What was the next one? After Mario, it's the Dark Universe, the failed movie franchise that Universal was trying to do that started with the Tom Cruise Mummy. They just turned it into a theme park instead, which I think is the much better idea than trying to make a movie franchise out of like crappy Frankenstein and stuff like that. The theming in that land was really good. It really did look like an old-timey village with lots of like scary stuff going on, like ooh, spooky. There's only 2 rides there. One is like a kid's coaster, like a family coaster, and one was a dark ride. The kids coaster, the Curse of the Werewolf, was fun. It's like a spinning coaster. You just spin around in like a little thing that like while it goes on the track. It was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I wish it was a little longer, but I do understand why it's not longer, because if they had it any longer than that, then it would have been like, you would get like 3 cars an hour, 3 trains an hour, and the wait time would be 400,000 minutes. So I can understand their reasoning on that one. Let's just eat the thing. Strawberry. The other one, the dark ride, was Monsters Unchained, I think is the name. That one was really good. It's like there's like a whole story where you're like you're like helping Victoria Frankenstein, the granddaughter of the guy from the original movie back in the olden days, make a Frankenstein and like capture monsters, but then they all break out and you're like having to like go along and not get killed by like the Wolfman and the Gill Man and the Draculars. That one was really good. The theming, the animatronics, and everything were awesome in that one. The restaurants were also really good in the Dark Universe. I had a really good sandwich in there. It was pretty dang good. It filled me up nice. But after the Dark Universe, the next one in the line would be the Harry Potter, which I did talk about a little bit before. Do not, I mean, if you're gonna go there, whatever. If that's all you really want to see, do that. That's fine. But it's nothing special. It's just Harry Potter. I mean, we hate J.K. Rowling in here, so I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that J.K. Rowling stuff. She's evil. She's an evil being. Hey, I'm just getting coins. That's all I'm getting. Give me a croissant. That's not what I wanted. Then the last of the 4 big places. What was that? The last of the 4 big places, like main ones, would be the Isle of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon, which I did enjoy. It was nice. They had a really good ride there. There's like 3. There's a water ride. There's like a little like spinning standing coaster or whatever, and then there's like an actual like kids coaster, which was really good. The kids coaster was awesome. We didn't ride the spinning thing. The water ride, I was the only person who got wet the entire time on that ride. I got shot in the chest with a water gun is what happened. Everybody else was perfectly fine. We're just going down the little river they have there, and then just out of nowhere I get shot in the chest with a water gun, and my entire outfit is completely wet for the rest of the day. It was madness. But I enjoyed it. I would go back again. It was nice. I enjoyed the time I spent there. We spent the entire day. We were there from like 8 a.m. to close at 10 p.m. And then we just spent... the next day was kind of like a relaxing day. We did some stuff with the family. It's my mom's birthday, so we just did some stuff with her. You know, the usual stuff. But it was good. And the drive back down, you know, dealing with traffic was always fun because we stopped for a little bit. So we got hit with the 5 o'clock traffic coming into Georgia. That's always a good experience. We always love when that happens. I think I made a mistake getting getting this perk, the mystery box perk. I think I made a mistake. I think I want everything to be going towards the Yeti. Oh god. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be right. Whatever. This is my last attempt, and then we're gonna switch to the other game, I think, because I'm running out of stuff to talk about from vacation. I talked about the the terrible service I had at the Taco Bell. I talked about the fun times. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got 1.4 million. We're getting closer. We'll figure this out eventually, I think. Maybe I could get... No, I could do one. We could do one more.
Challenges.
We'll drop one more. One more Phoebe mode.
Go.
Let's try it. Well, we can do this. Okay, what was that, man? What was that, Nubby? Come on, man. You can do better than that. You can play like a... Oh, this is off to a rough start already. We can do better than that. We're gonna hit a little retry on that. We can do a little better than that. We can do a little better than that. We can do wonderful things together, Nubby, if you let us. If you let me. If you let me. None of these are really that good. Maybe the sea cucumber. I do like a sea cucumber. An occasional sea cucumber is nice. I'm gonna look up a strategy guide for this challenge. How to beat Phoebe mode. How to beat the Phoebe mode in Nubby's Number Factory. Because I'm struggling. Although I guess the sea cucumber does seem like a pretty decent option for this. Because you get lots of, especially if you get the double sea cucumber. Ooh, every 3 seconds for straight. Yeah, I'll do that. I'd rather have the... I know you have to be alive for a lot longer, but there's, you know, you're guaranteed. Oh, the double sea cucumber. Oh, too poor. Oh. I am not poor. I am a rich man. I'm rich in spirit. What they say. They say they're rich in spirit. I may be poor in money, but I have a lot of heart. Oh, what is happening right now? You gotta bounce more, Nubby. What is going on? You think he's trying to kill himself? Come on, man. What was that? Dude, what just happened there? We're gonna try that one again. I'm gonna try that one more time. One more time. We can give it a shot. One more time. One more time. Who's that? That's Daft Punk. They really did kind of pioneer that genre, because I feel like every Chainsmokers song just really wants to be that song in particular. What do you think, Peroxial? You said, sometimes I think. What do you think? When I was a young boy. I used to be thinking sometimes. That's fair. I think I'm a thoughtful guy. I think about a lot of things. I think a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. I think about space and the vastness of it. I think about cake and how much I love it. I think about if Walmart is good or evil. I think tattoos are cool on other people. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not thinking about aiming. I was trying to remember the Thoughtful Guy song by Rhett and Link. I was not thinking about my aiming. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're running this one all the way through. This is my last attempt. This is the last one. And then we're switching over to an easier game. Not an easier game. A better... No, not a better game either. But maybe a better game. We'll see. Okay. Plastic Tree. They talk about that in Gorillas. The Monstrosity. Plastic Tree, Monstrosity, Tardigrade, and Flamethrower. I was hoping it would rhyme. The meat orb isn't very good because they disappear when I die. Let's do a reroll. Let's. Oh, we got the double Pedro. I would rather have the poop butt, to be honest with you. Give me that poop butt. Yeah, poop on that butt. I don't know what I'm thinking, man. There's a digital footprint on this thing. I don't know why I'm doing. Never gonna get hired anywhere. You're gonna be like, can you explain this clip? And it's gonna be the clip of me talking about the legality of having sex with a zombie. Oh yes, the zombie perk. Perfect. It's literally perfect. That's literally perfect. It's literally perfect, bro. Literally perfect. It's dude perfect. This is dude perfect. I used to watch, well, I didn't watch Dude Perfect as much, but I knew people that watched Dude Perfect, so I would be forced to watch Dude Perfect with them. Like when we were over there. I never really got the craze, to be honest with you. There's like, my brother really liked the Types of Fishermen one. He'd be dying laughing when the guy was like, the fish can hear you. Like, this guy's a genius. These Dude Perfect guys are really geniuses. These Dude Perfect guys are hilarious, bro. And now they're like corporate, so they're not cool anymore. They have like a $14.4 billion estate where they do trick shots across their own personal golf course. They're not relatable anymore. What happened to the Dude Perfect guy's relatability? That's what we were really looking for. I see people say stuff like that about like binging with Babish or something like that. It's like, what happened? He used to be so relatable back in the day, bro. What's going? What? Now he's like all corporate. He was affording a $4,000 a month apartment in New York, buddy. You were not. He was not on the same level as you, man. He's always had the money, apparently. He's always been corporate. You just weren't looking. You just weren't looking with adult eyes. You just watched him when you were 8 years old, so you didn't realize it. This YouTube business has been corporate since you were born, buddy. Why not? Let's get the mystery box. We love gambling here. That's what J.J. Abrams said. Why not? Let's get the No, was that Ryan Johnson or was that J.J.? No, it's J.J. Abrams. Why not? Let's get the mystery box. That's what he said. Was he? Is he the mystery? He's the mystery box guy. I never got the whole mystery box thing. I was like, why not just make a good movie? That's what I would do if I was a filmmaker. I'd just make a good movie. Not that hard, buddy. Just stop putting lens flares everywhere and you'll be alright. Maybe tone down the lens flares and you can be the next Scorsese. No, he doesn't have the soul to be a Scorsese. He could never make Raging Bull. I don't even know if that's Scorsese. That might be somebody else. I could just pull something. I don't have the movie brain. I'm not Northern Lion. I can't think of every single movie ever made. I'm like 95% sure that he made Raging Bull though. That's I can give you that. I can give you a 95% certainty on like half of the things I say. Dang, what's up with all the chips, man? Hot dog and the whatever that thing is, and a kebab. I'm broke. What challenge today? This is the Phoebe mode. If you start a round with more than one item in your inventory, all items will be disabled for the rest of the round. So I can only have one item, basically. It's the one item run. It's basically the challenge that you made up, I think. It's really not easy. I wish it was. I'm struggling, man. I need a double poop butt, but I can't get a second poop butt for some reason. He's betraying me. Poop butt is betraying me. From my point of view, the poop butt is evil. What kind of statement was that? Like, did he know that he sounded like an actual child when Anakin said that, when he was like, when Obi-Wan was like, the Sith are evil, and then Anakin was like, but from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. It's like, no, man. The dude literally is using lasers and his fingertips to take over the entire galaxy, man. He's evil, man. You just gotta give it up. No. Oh, man. He literally turned into a decrepit corpse monster, and you're like, nah, he's the good guy. I just don't get it. He calls himself the Emperor, bro. What do you want? He made himself Emperor of the universe, and you're like, yeah, this is the good guy. I just want whatever George Lucas was on when he was writing those scripts, is what I gotta say. It's like poetry, it rhymes. That's his most famous quote about the trilogy, the prequel trilogy. It's like poetry, it rhymes. I can't do a George Lucas impression. He's got such a unique voice and a unique side profile. You ever seen a picture of George Lucas? You always know it's him before you even like see him, you know? It's like, you know it's George Lucas. He's a recognizable character. He has the silhouette of like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon character. He's what they should teach in art in like film class, when it's like when they do like the whole like you have to have a recognizable outline for your character so that people know who it is just by looking at it. Use George Lucas. Because he may be one of the most recognizable people on planet Earth. It's just that little beard, the little triangle beard he has. Plus his voice, he's and he's a genius. You can see George Lucas and you know who he is from a mile away. That's all I gotta say. Alright, well that's all for the Nubby today. We did not get anything done, but we had a good hour of straight anecdotes from vacation / other things when I got sidetracked. I think that's a good stopping point for Nubby. Maybe one day we'll come back, I think, eventually to beat some of those other challenges. We may skip Phoebe mode for a little bit because that one's kind of kicking my butt. Maybe I'll look up a guide or something. We'll find a way. We'll do something, but we'll be back soonish with more Nubby.